Hey, whoops. Camera. Seems to be focused on that and not my face. It should be interesting. Thanks. Just trying to figure out why Zane camera is being annoying. Yep, my camera doesn't like me today. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. That's fixed. Yeah, now it's fine. Welcome to Turkey. Yeah, my camera just being a bit of a problem today. How are you guys? Did you guys enjoy the video yesterday? The one that I put out on traits and how traits can sometimes do your head in, because if you might have, in fact, a lot of the guys out there, they have got very good tactics. I've noticed this, like quite a number of you have good tactics. Even when you come up with a tactic that seems to be a bit too attacking, or you might think the combinations are just a bit too attacking, like sometimes you have two attack duties on the pitch. Well, even then they can work, but you might forget about traits, and that's quite a kind of common for a lot of people. So I wanted to focus on that before we start building those tactics together, because on the next couple of streams, the next couple of videos, I'm going to start with putting them together, right? Because it's role in. You notice I didn't even talk about mentality, because I don't even think mentality is that important, right? So I spoke about the type of players that you need in the club first, and then after that, the main team instructions. Finally, what to look out for when you are putting your roles and duties together. Then we will work on the role and duty combinations for different kinds of tactics. So the first question I asked everybody, and I see a lot of responses, and I want to thank everybody for that. There are lots of responses on the formations that are going to be coming out. Yes. Player traits can affect your tactic. And now, okay, I got a very interesting question on Discord from James. I don't know if Jimmy is here, but we got another comment from somebody else as well, who thought that in some cases I do recommend the use of those traits, but this is it, right? In a two-man midfield, sometimes I love to have gets into opposition area. I do. I put it on a Carrillo. And then the Carrillo bombs into the box, reminding me of how Lampard used to play. But if I do something like that, then the player beside him has got to be very good on covering that space. So I need to go and find an N'Golo Kante kind of character who can cover that space in case, we fail in the transition. So I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying if you do something like that, and when you have those kind of traits, you need to be aware of how the traits can affect your tactic, right? There are some traits that are going to give your tactics fundamental style. So it's important to recognize these styles and understand how they can impact your systems, right? And these traits, they can be a double-edged sword. So when you're starting out with the game, I mean, if you're an advanced player, you probably don't need this kind of advice, right? So if you're like Cleon or Guido, any RDF, any one of these guys, right? You probably you build your tactics around traits. But if you're starting out, learn how to minimize, look at the traits and try and understand how they impact the tactic before you go and start, smashing your monitor. Speaking of which, right, downloading tactics isn't that bad of bad way to go, because I know that lately some people have been suggesting you shouldn't download tactics. I'll let you in on a secret. When I started playing this game, I was horrible at this game. There was a guy called the Welsh Web Wizard. I know he's not WW fan, but somebody else, Welsh Web Wizard. I still remember because back then I was in uni and I was trying to figure out how to play this game. And Welsh Web Wizard on the back then the forums, he helped me out and he said, "Why don't you try this tactic?" So I downloaded the tactic. Back then we couldn't download, so you had to copy all the settings. So I copied all the settings and I went and applied it to a game, and lo and behold, I started winning. So I deconstructed his tactic. So the thing about downloading tactics is this: there's a good and there's a bad side to it. The bad side is you keep downloading and you don't try and learn from them. Then you're never going to get better, because ultimately we all want to be good at this game. We all want to be able to do things on our own. So when I suggest downloading a tactic, I don't mean to treat it like a fashion statement, like a new t-shirt that you want to wear every single day until you want to find a next nice new t-shirt. No. I'm suggesting understanding how those systems work. So who you download it from is going to be important, right? If the person who has created the tactic offers an explanation as to how his tactic is supposed to be played, better still does a video or a written guide, explains the kind of players that you need and explains the transitions that you look out for and why he has chosen those roles and duties, then that is an extremely good tactic to download, because then you might learn something from the tactic and then deconstruct the tactic. Like, okay, my advice is this: if you see a tactic with lots of team instructions, then it's like rolling the dice. Then I will say stop. You be careful when you see tactics that have got like team instructions to the nth level and play instructions to the nth level, and then after that they tell you need the right players for it. Of course you need the right players for it. Your players are going to be so confused as to what you're supposed to do. You need the best players in the world who can read your mind. If you can find them, please let me know, because I want to find them too. Joey, you want those kind of players? Yes, and I have to introduce you to a character who's going to be joining our stream. His name is Joey. He's just like the average guy on the street. I'm talking about you, Joey. Yeah, he's going to try and, learn the game along with you guys as well. So he's going to make mistakes. That's where we learn things from, right? So downloading tactics isn't that bad as long as you have a plan, right? And another thing about tactics as well, when you create a tactic, the first time you create a tactic, right, you're probably going to get frustrated. It's a learning curve for everybody. It was a learning curve for me. The number of monitors I smashed, the computers I smashed, the girlfriends I broke up with, the birthday parties I didn't attend, the fights I got into, yeah, lots of them. I went through the same thing as well. But it didn't take me long. Yeah, it didn't take me long. Yeah. So it won't take you long either if you approach it the right way. Just like anything we want to learn in life, right? I mean, honestly, you want to learn how to drive a car? Do you jump into a Ferrari straight away and go, hey, baby, give it to me, baby? Or do you start take it slow, learn the bits and pieces first before you do something? Do you build a house by putting the roof on top first? I like to see that one. You build the foundations. You lay the foundations, do it, treat each challenge in life and break each challenge up to smaller challenges. Learn and master the small challenge. Get your win. Move on to the next challenge. Get the win. Move on to the next challenge. This is how you break down difficult problems in life, right? And this is how you'll break FM down as well for you guys. So I'm hoping that you guys get it done, man. So let's check out the chat. So plenty of things happen. I want to talk about the English Premier League as well very soon. Dr. Akram, welcome to the stream, man. You do. Hello, Shane Gibson. How are you? Ahmad Adi Pradana. You must be from Indonesia. How are you, sir? Kutek Dolup Minar. Dolup Pinar. Hi, hello. Joe Mako, welcome back, man. Welcome back. And Dr. Athram, after yesterday's video, player traits really matter in choosing roles and it changed the whole tactic shape. Thank you. I'm glad you found it useful. Yes, player traits will definitely, I won't say, sometimes I like having no traits. People ask me this question. I've had this question asked many times, right? Why aren't you training traits? And I go, not yet. You see, the thing, my response is always not yet. Because I need to know how my tactic works first without those traits. Then traits I like to see on my players, maybe gets into opposition area, but for specific roles. Then, or specific positions. Maybe I want my AMC to be played on support, but I like him to get into the opposition area once in a while, or arrives late in the opposition area. Maybe I want to pair players together in maybe I want to build a Arsenal Invincibles tactic full of one-touch passing. Then I'm looking at 1-2 passing and gets into opposition area. So, but to get to that point, right? You don't just go and lay everything on the table and give everybody those traits. I've seen people do this, right? They go and give their strikers loads of traits. Just because it's there, you don't, it's like walking into the shop. Just because it's free doesn't mean you have to pick it up and, eat it as well. If you're hungry, yeah, then definitely. Joey will do that all day long. Yeah, but you don't need to. So take it a step at a time. Good morning, John. Football Matt 001. Always we Geordies greet each other in Newcastle. I'll read. You guys did well last night. Unfortunately, I'm waiting for the day. I mean, last night I was a bit disappointed with the way Newcastle played, right? So I don't know. I was expecting maybe a bit more from them. Yeah. I kind of miss Kevin Keegan's Newcastle, right? Or Kenny Dalglish's Newcastle. That's it. I do. I miss see, you don't know what to expect in the game kind of football. That's the kind of football I like to play myself on Football Manager. I don't like to play those state games where you kind of like working for a result. Steven, how are you, man? Shane does not... Oh yeah, the camera. Eminovic, yes, enjoyed it. Was wondering why my 4-2-3-1 I used for Bayern replication didn't work for Atalanta this season. It's all because of the midfield pair have the trait. Both of them have the trait, gets into opposition area. We're gonna do... I'm interested to see what formation everybody comes up with in that video. So if you haven't chosen the formation, go write down what formation you want in the video. And let on the comments, of course, not on the video itself, which is a bit silly, but in the comments, just let me know what formation you want me to cover, and then we'll break it down. So we will do a few shows, maybe crafting a tactic, and then I'll do a quick one, like a quick short show. Again, it'll be 15 minutes long because I've already covered everything in the previous videos, right? So I've already covered roles, duties, I've already covered traits. I don't explain all that anymore. So I'm just going to go, okay, here's 1, 4, 2, 3, 1. Let's see how it works. Let's see these combinations. Let's put them together. I expect to see this. I expect to see this. I expect to see this. Bang, 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 boom. That's kind of the thing we're going to do. So it's going to be really fast. And then we'll go to another variation and another variation. Maybe on a different show, we'll do different kinds of variations. Because if I were to tell you how to craft a 4-4-2, for example, how many different kinds of 4-4-2s do you want? That's the reason why I like the 4-4-2 so much. You have a striker who likes to beat the offside trap, but for some reason I pass into space off. Bingo. Exactly. You see? You got a trait. He likes to beat the offside trap. There has to be space, otherwise it doesn't work. Brilliant. Trying to make a 4-3-3 wide that creates overloads on the left by focusing down the right. Is a CMA and an IFA on the left a good system to use? Why would you want two players on attacks where the overload is happening when the actual attack duty should be on the right? It should be the other way around. Yeah. You might want to put you don't even need to put an IFA on attack, right? You can even have an IFS on attack. Because you have to remember, if you're playing against a deep system, then you want them running a bit early, running into the defensive line, right? Because sometimes not a lot of sides play the offside trap, especially defensive sides, right? So if you're playing against a defensive side, there's no point playing. They're gonna have no offside trap. They're just gonna keep drifting, pulling back. So what you want to do is you want to drive at them. So having a player on the shoulder of the last player is literally standing, wherever he is, and there's not much place for him to run. So get him to run a bit earlier. So he has to force somebody to engage with him. Two things can happen. They can, it can even be he can also be an inside forward attack, but you just need to understand your runs, right? If you run earlier, you can force an error. If you run later, then you need the overloads really working really well for the space to open so he can cut into that space. So yeah, so it's going to be challenging. Yeah. So I rather have like IFS first to see if he's got good dribbling. Let him run at the player, then force him into a mistake. He picks up a yellow card. Then you do IFA. Then you run him. Then the player's finished. He can't handle you and after that. So it's a kind of a tricky. It's like a mini game you play within the game, right? So you kind of like force the AI into mistakes. So that's the brute force strategy. Right. So there are three ways to score goals in this game: brute force, overloads, and of course transitional attacks. But you can combine brute force with the overload as well. Yeah. Riz, how are you, man? Long time. You finally back here? Nice. How's your Turkish team? My Turkish team is doing okay, but I want to play narrow, right? Definitely defensively. I want to play narrow. It keeps us tight. I'm trying that out, but we conceded a few goals, but no choice. I have to wait until I get better defenders. So I'm going from game to game to decide whether I should go narrow, go wide, because sometimes I have no choice but to go wide. Ideally, I want to go narrow in most of our matches. We're doing okay. Our last couple of matches have been quite decent. We drew against Trabzonspor. We beat this team, whatever it's called. I think we were on the stream when we did this, right? Then I lost to Galatasaray. Couldn't do anything about it. We beat Sivasspor, man. This was a big win for us. Right? Big win. At home, we played so well. We should have scored more goals. And he missed a penalty again. This guy is just like, look at us at home, man. This is a penalty that he missed. But at least he managed to convert. They managed to convert this chance. So it was Kevin Varga who scored the goal on the day. Pretty excited about his performances. Gilbert Kumsen gone already. We have decided. We've done our bit. We've I've gotten some money for him. I'm gonna let him go. Then Koita, look at that. Oh, this guy just picks it up from there. Very lucky. We did well. I was getting a bit frustrated at this point. This is one time when I went. I had to stay wide for a while. Yeah. Then we played Galatasaray. We lost. Denzilspor was another tough match. This was so difficult. This game. Again, this one I went narrow all the way. Right, we played narrow all the way. I seriously can't deal with a single cross inside the box, man. So here we are. He picked up that ball, went through, then carriers from outside the box, smashed it home. Lucky. Then we had a corner for a team that cannot defend narrow. My short corner routines are just jam. Look at that, man. I just love my short corner routines, right? So, wait, hold on. This is the second goal. Yeah, this is our short corner routine. Check this out again. This is why I like short corner routines. Very hard to mark. It's good for short teams. Then we lost this. Keeper just got overcommitted. And then I think our winner carries again as a shadow striker. So he played quite well in this game. Pretty happy with our performance. Key passes. Again, the fullbacks playing a big part in this game. The wingers also. I'm happy with the way this tactic is set up because a lot of the key passes are coming from the wider players. Right. The playmaker is just a hook, man. He's just a hook. And then Basak Shihir. Oh my goodness. This one was survival. I had my prayers all the way going up. I just survived, man, this game. Wait, look at this. We didn't register a shot until the 34th minute. Right, and then we had this is semi-decent, but that's like only one semi-decent chance the whole game. It wasn't even on target. But this team was playing so well. We couldn't touch them at home. So the big guns are coming to town. Now we're going to be playing Besiktas this next game. I don't know how I'm going to survive. So all the big guns are catching up with us. So in terms of our preview, right, we were bottom half. We was expected to finish 14, 15 or 16. We moved up to here. So we've gone from 250 to 1 to 100 to 1 now. So everybody has got a different way of playing against us now. So we have to be very, very careful now, man. Yeah, learning traits will take up some potential. It does. It's better. It's like not necessary in the game for you to go in there and just shove traits on everybody. Okay, I still remember last year, right? Because I felt really, really funky for some strange reason, I decided to give one of my players 8 traits. Because if you know how to do traits, it's kind of easy. Because all you got to do is make sure he's got the attributes. Now, once he learned the 8 traits, I didn't know how to play him. Because I just didn't know how to play him anymore. He gets into opposition area, moves into channels, plus player 1-2, switch balls to other flanks, dictates tempo. I just didn't know how to play him because he became very unpredictable in the game. His numbers started falling, and thank goodness the season before, right? He had a very good season before he learned his other traits. So I actually went and let him go for about 60 million. So I was pretty happy he just left. It was Almeida. You guys remember from AC Milan? On the video useful, had a better understanding of my attributes by selecting my midfields in good position OTB. Video did and traits opened my eyes. I'm very happy for you, man, James. But once again, James, you don't have to go and stick traits and everything. The gets into opposition area trait, which you asked about on the Discord channel, right? It's good for, 4-2-3-1. It can be very good if you suddenly wanted to recreate Frank Lampard, for example. Because Frank Lampard was noted for his runs from midfield and arriving late in the opposition area. So I would play him as a CM on support and then give him that trait. And then how he plays is he gets into the box, he arrives there, he can be very dangerous from outside the box. And if he's got long shots, he's just going to crack them in, just like Lampard used to do. But you don't see Lampard going back to defend as much, right? So so as a Carrerello, then he will just, it's a really weird thing to do, 4-2-3-1, to pick him as a Carrerello. You could also pick him as a Carrerello and he doesn't enter the box when you're defending. So I did that for the fun of it. But I had to go and find a player that was amazingly good at defending to pair him up. I had to pair the two of them together. So, and I could only do it with a very good team. So yeah, it can fall apart. Dominique, how are you? 4-4-2 that morphs into 4-3-3 would be cool. Yeah, I know. 4-2-2 that morphs into a 4-3-3. Hey, we're looking at creating combinations here, right, for the video. So we'll see what we can do. One of my favorite tactics is the 4-4-2 right now. Ever since we've had the tactical creator, the 4-4-2 has become a fun tactic for me because of the permutations that are possible with the 4-4-2. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna do the 4-4-2. It depends on the number of comments I get on the video, right? Where all the comments are coming from. Yeah, I know sometimes I'll echo. I don't know what to do about it anymore. I've just given up on the echo completely. The microphone, I guess. What would you look for? Lots of missed penalties in this FM21. Well, there are a few. You gotta train them. I have had a few as well. What's the best midfield combination for 3-4-3 that parks the bus? Defensive winger, DLP on defend, roaming playmaker, or DLP on defend. And okay, the best one, defensive winger. In your camp, right? That means you have to keep the ball in midfield, right? So you go with you can go box to box midfield or DLP on defense. Now that again depends on the players you have, right? So it's useless talking about combinations in isolation. I would like that. In fact, that's what I use in some of my tactics. Wide width with exploit middle. When you play wide width, you're basically telling your players to use the flanks more, so they see a lot more crosses, so the ball goes wide, right? So players are further positioned further apart. And then when you have like focus play through the middle, what's going to happen is very strange. if you don't have a playmaker, then the passes might go through the center, but because if you're wider width, you will see the ball going to the flanks a lot. So you're not really going to be exploiting the middle very effectively on wide width because you'll be using the flanks a lot, and depending on runs from midfield, attack duties from midfield to exploit the width in the middle from your focus play. Yeah. We can't see your screen. That's strange. Yeah, of course you're staring at my wonderful face because I haven't started talking. Yeah, I haven't started talking about the... Yeah, I'll put the thing up very soon. Yeah. 3 to 5 minutes chat, but no visuals. I love FM. No, we're going to be going to the visuals for the game very soon. Unless, of course, the whole stream just stops showing my game or showing my face. There we go. The game is up. Guys, there we go. Any advice on the attributes I should be looking for to pair a CMS with arrives late in the opposition trade? Yeah, just pray to God that you're the guy on the... Just like I said, Jimmy, go get N'Golo Kante. Take all his attributes and put them in your player. You need the player to be very good at... you have to also choose the role. He has to hold his position. Yeah. So I definitely, if I had a CM on support who gets into opposition area, the other guy beside him would be a DLP on defense or DLP on defense. Dominic, if you're going to be playing, is it possible an overlap with the midfielder? Yeah, you can. You can do a natural overlap, Gabriel. You can do a... Look at this. These guys are overlapping. Because this is a natural overlap. This is a white midfielder. This guy will naturally overlap. Right. You don't have to use the overlap instruction. If you use... Two things happen when you use the overlap instruction. The first thing is, this guy is going to hold up the ball. Right. When that happens, your transition does slow down a bit, but it allows you to control play, right? And then the important thing, it allows you to draw opposition players to you. When that happens, the space really opens up for this wingback. So then he does then he goes around the player, and then your players have to look out to pass to him. So that's one way. That's when you use the overlap instruction, but it also increases the mentality of this player. So you have to be thinking about, whether that's really what you want to do. So we got Besiktas, man, coming up. This is going to be fun. While I'm talking to you guys, I'm playing Besiktas. There's no chance of me winning this game. But we shall attempt to do this. Sabah's Omar Yildirim is called Sabah. What, Sabah is in the country? The state Sabah? I mean, it's my neighbors, man. Is reportedly a transfer? Yeah, he can go. Where do you stand on the players' future? Respond. If the offer is good enough, we'll take it, man. I'm like, kind of, what they want, they'll need to meet our valuation. It's as simple as that. Correct? Yeah. Are they really interested in him? I can't wait, man, if he wants to go. The more players leave, the happier I'll be. I'm looking to build this team, right, for the future. So money I can get in hand is damn good. Okay, let's go to you. You penalty taking, please, because you've been taking penalties lately and been missing all of them. Okay, what's his profile? 26 years old, Bosnian, 3.3 million. Transfer status, asking price, 5 million. Confirm. Let's see whether they want to meet that price. Sabah is newspaper. It really is a newspaper. There's a state here, neighboring state. I live in a state called Sarawak, right? My neighboring state is Sabah. You intend to do an overlap with a central midfielder who goes wide. No. Don't do that. Then you're just going to create so much space in the middle. Why would you want to do that? Don't do that. Can you explain wide width and play through the middle? I thought I just did. If you do wide width with play through the middle, what's going to happen is your players are always going to go to the flanks with their first pass. When you play through the middle, you will need a playmaker there to encourage them to play the ball back inside, so that you'll have some build up of play through the middle. But the problem with wide width is it also encourages players to use the flank. So I would just go on standard width instead of wide width if you want to use the middle. Otherwise, the only thing I criticize about the playing wide width with the new focus play instructions is that focus play encourages passes in the area, right? But width also encourages passes in the area. So you got two team instructions in the game that actually do that. It's kind of a bit annoying. What do you think is a better midfield combination of 4-3-3 with wingbacks bombing forward with inverted wingers on the flanks, DLP, BBM? Yeah, that can work. The DLP box to box, yeah, that can definitely work, man. DLP or halfback can work, but halfback is very aggressive. But halfback will keep, during the transition, you'll form a tree, right? So you push your wingbacks even higher. So, you know, that's it just gives you a different flow. Both can work. Yeah, I've used both of them. And but I think the safer one is DLP. The more challenging one is the halfback. Yeah, so if you want to start with the DLP first. If you're comfortable with that and you see a wingbacks push even higher, change it to a halfback. Dictates tempos. Dictate tempo just slows the game down. He might slow it. If this guy's got very good decision making, he uses the tempo. He slows the tempo down so that players can get into attacking positions. Or he takes advantage of players already in attacking positions to increase tempo. So that's what tempo does. Yeah, I am Singaporean. I am 100% Singaporean. But ever since COVID, I'm stuck in Sarawak. I can't go back. If I go back, I'm going to get quarantined for 2 weeks. My sons are all Singaporeans. My wife is Malaysian. So if one of us is not going to be able to see the kids for 2 weeks. So I told my wife, never mind. We'll just, hunker down in Sarawak. We have a home here. So, and it's, yeah, except now, in the early days, Malaysia did a really good job with COVID. Now Malaysia seems to be screwing up COVID really badly. And I'm like, Singapore, I want to go home. Yeah. If I want to play on counter attack, should I use less playmakers role cause this slow game? No. Depends, right? You sometimes want playmakers in a counter attacking system, not because it's slow play down, but because these are the players that can look for players attacking space. So you may not want to use more than one, that kind of thing, right? So you want an outlet in a counter attacking system. Cool, man, Paris 9. That's good. Is it possible to use a player who tries killer balls in a tiki-taka? Yeah, of course. Killer balls is a very good instruction for tiki-taka systems. Midtjylland has signed Kumsen. Very good. You are out here. Very unhappy about selling him as he was an important player. Yeah, recognize that he's been in poor form. Very good. He's gone. I don't need him anymore. Finances 1.75 years. Suddenly very rich. The curve has been sorted. See our projection now. We're going up. We got our V shape already. Because he wasn't really adding. I mean, he was a very good player for our system, but I'm not going to keep players because they, just because of. I don't think this club needs to keep those kind of expensive players. So what have we got? We got carriers you can play here. So we got Atak, Sadiku, Turpan, I'm putting him here. Varga can play here. Okay. Then we got, this guy is a wingback. He's going to bomb down the flanks. You see, we don't have many wingbacks here. So that's why we're using these guys. So in terms of wingbacks, we don't really have many options. Right, we got this guy is on loan, but he's not 100%. So this is going to be an importante game. Gohu, right? He missed training, automatically got demoted to the one of my players. So you see, I'm laughing, Wait, let me see. Let me if I can find him. I don't think I even have the. So he's been demoted to the under 23s, right? Okay. So I'm trying to figure out where Gohu is right now because he missed training, so he's gone. He's not here anymore. He's got MIA. He's totally missing. Let's see if I can see my under 23s, right? Staff. Oh, training. I was laughing and laughing. You see, look at this, right? Kampasa has got two teams. First team and youth team, right? Okay. All right. So now we've got this player who missed training. Okay, wait. Let's do a Gohu. I can't remember his name. Gohak, I think. There we go. Now he's in the Kampasa second 11. So let's go Gohu, right? So now I'm gonna look for Gohu again. Alright, so we look at our Gohu character and put all of these players there. By name. Does he pop up? He's gone. he gone? Yeah, he's not here anymore. So he has completely disappeared. He's like gone. He's totally gone. I can't trade him anymore. He's gone. Malaysia just it up, man. They were doing so well, right? Then after that, they got caught in that. The Malaysian politicians just got caught in their own drama, and the people have now got to pay the price for it. The worst thing is all the children who were able to go to school are going to lose a year of their school life. And then you got all the other kids. I mean, I don't know. I can go on and on about it, but what's the point? Okay, so how... Okay, this is the interesting thing, right? Guys, listen. See Gohu now? He's gone. All I did was discipline him, right? So I have to remember about this guy, you know. How do I remind myself? Okay, I create a note, Control K, right? Okay, we're gonna bring him back, promote him to the main squad. Okay, promote him to main squad. Okay, we're gonna give a reminder, due date, select reminder. We're gonna do it like in 2 weeks. Okay, set. Okay, reminder occurrence every week. No, reminder occurrence, yeah, every week. So there's one reminder every week. It'll pop up because he was absent from training, and I have this thing about, you know, kicking my players into the second side. So he's gone to the second side. You see, you can't even click the second side. Look at that. Kampak Kasim Pasar, second 11. I never knew this was gonna happen, but this is so cool. Would a player with ALOA mess up with the AP role? You can definitely use a... Definitely, I would actually prefer having gets into opposite. Look at what I did. Get further forward. I want this role to get even further forward. So yeah, 100% I would use a player here with gets into opposition area as a trait. So if I have any players in my squad, I don't think any of my central midfielders have that trait. Or at least my midfielders have that trait, right? This guy doesn't have it. This guy doesn't have it. Of course, I can search by trait, but I don't want to do that. Likes to switch ball to wide areas, tries killer balls. Nope. I-Tech. Nope. Terpan. Nope. Sadiku cannot play there. Sorry. Tarkan Sebes is a defender, so he can't play there. You see? I can't. Alright, let's go. In a tiki-taka system, it's easy to retain possession by getting goals is different. Sorry, it cannot be done with overloads. Yep. 100%. The only way you're going to score goals is by overloads. Because that's how they did that in real life as well. So, SI developers are a bit of sticklers of trying to get the style right. So, yeah. And you got to use like things like, you got to use overloads, and then sometimes I will, but the only thing about tiki-taka, right, I will change the passing. Because it's not perfect, the tiki-taka system that they gave, I will change the passing. I would have some of my playmakers do wider passing so that we don't pass short and then we just switch flanks. Because you see, you can't really take advantage of overloads in the original tiki-taka system. The original tiki-taka system, you can't do it. It's very, very hard. See, this tiki-taka system, you play like this, right? Notice the passing meter, short and much lower. So what are you going to do? They're going to run with the ball until you just pass the ball into goal. So it gets very challenging. So what I did was, I just do this. I go standard and lower. So I give them mixed passing now. Then if I really want players, specific players to pass it short, then I'll go to specific players and tell them to pass it short. Alright, we are here now. Let's go. Mazala on support will only help for defense if he has the traits for it. Otherwise, he's just not. His support, the support duty helps you when you defend. That's true. But because he stays wide during the transition, you really want somebody with very good work rate and anticipation, and decision making, so that he knows that he has to come back. All right. A 10 for once. Start press conference. I'm delighted. Who's quarantined? I don't even know I signed a new player. I think we've picked Lift 31. I don't wish to comment. 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 So, look up. Close to summary. There was a slightly negative reaction. Very good. Thank you. I don't want the press to like me. Is it better to use LZB training every week? Yeah, you can go ahead and use it. That's why I created it, so that I don't have to worry about I use LZP because you really only need match preparation for big weeks, right? When you have 2 games a week. So here we go. I'm gonna be playing narrow this one. Let's see how we do this. We're playing against Besiktas. No, Besiktas, I'm probably gonna do this. We can't really afford it. We don't have the height in the box. That's the first problem. Yeah. This guy is just... Is my other fullback ready? Yeah, he's not. If he gets injured, we don't have any more fullbacks. Let's go. You just play. You are Dundee. You beat them. Yeah. Dundee's attributes are better than this team's. What the heck? Besiktas. The sale has unconscious cause concern among the when he shared any light. There are players who are fully committed to the cause of the club. Yes, exactly. If he's not fully committed to the cause, he can take a hike. Okay, let's see if the weather makes for good TV. Yes, it does. Alright. Just that month off DUFC. Back with 4 wins to start a new season. Congratulations. That's not too bad. What a good midfield combinations. There's so many, man, Riz. There's so many. The 4-4-2 is... We can spend 1 hour. We can do like a 2-hour stream and I can come up with 10 combinations for you. You can have a 4-4-2 that morphs into a 4-3-1-2. You can have a 4-4-2 that morphs into a 4-2-4. You can have a 4-4-2 that morphs into a 4-1-3-2. You can have a 4-4-2 that morphs into a 4-4-2 diamond. You can have a 4-4-2 that morphs. The thing about a 4-4-2 is because it covers every single position very well. You can use different kinds of roles to create different kinds of effects. Inverted wingbacks can come into the center, giving you a 3-1-4, 3-1, you know, a 3-1-4-2 as well. So yeah, it's a phenomenal tactic. I like the 4-4-2. But you gotta be comfortable with roles and duties then. What the hell? Why, Ahmed, you're so short, you need to stand up there and use your hands, is it? What the heck, lah? In the box, man! In the box! At the edge of the area! Oh my lord, what decision-making screw-ups are these? Seriously? What? What, you just saw the Maradona biography, is it? You know that you do it when you're trying to score a goal, not when you're trying to, you know, stop a header. Shish kebabs. This guy is gonna be a problem, child. Okay. Give him a yellow. Thank you. Saves the day. Alright. Gonna go even narrower now. Oh yeah, the J McLean stuff we did very early. In 4-4-2, can I use a double pivot on support duty like Carrero and DRP if they're good? Well, if you use a Carrero, you have to be careful because the Carrero might give you some weird things happening. Because the Carrero is really meant to be used in a diamond system, right? So like a 4-1-3-2, 4-3-1-2, 4-4-2, the Carreros look good in those kind of systems. But if you use a Carrero, you have to pay a lot of attention to your DLP. Because your DLP has to be very, very good. Because the Carrero is going to be in the half. It's going to stay wide some of the time, so the space will open up. So you need a very good Carrero and you need a very good DLP. If you don't have that, stick to something really basic, like a box-to-box midfielder. I would avoid using a Carrerello if you are asking the question. Yeah. If you know what you're doing and you can anticipate where the gaps are going to open up, then you probably understand how important the DLP is in the system and the fullback on that side of the pitch. Oh. Sliding tackles. The guy he went all the way and then he just muffed. Alright, what can we do? Okay, let's go to two-headed tactics, right? These two yellow cards are not going to help us out. But I don't really have many defenders. I can move you here. And you, I'm sorry, you have to play. There's one option. Tarkan has no choice, he has to play. Breka. The other option is you, but you're already on a yellow. Okay, I can't move you out. Yep. What's the reason? Because we low rep. I have to pick a club with a lower rep in this league and had to be in the bottom half. There's no other reason why. And furthermore, it's the only... Oh man, Bozo. It's the only club's name I thought I could pronounce. To be honest with you, Kashim Pasha. I thought, yeah, that must be the pronunciation of the club's name. That's the honest to goodness truth. Alright, so when I looked at all the clubs, the first thought was, how do you pronounce this club's name? Okay, I'm gonna massacre the name. People are probably gonna hate me. Well, this one. So when I came to this club, I went like, okay, this is not too bad. Yeah. So that's this. Oh my goodness, these guys. Okay, we're gonna have to. Oh yeah, we're just getting torn apart by Besiktas. Put a confirm change button right on top. Why couldn't you put the confirm change button somewhere in the middle where all the action is happening, where our mouse is half the time? Do you ever see our mouse here all the time, SI? You don't. So it would have been nice if the button was here, maybe with this pop-up box. Oh. Alright, time for us to come off strikeless and use these guys. Alright, which do you prefer more? Make tactics fit squad or fit squad on a premier tactic? Ideally, I want to reach the second stage. So it's usually, I have to start out whenever with the club, I have to make my tactics fit my squad. I will ultimately want to get to the point where I can make my squad fit my tactics. So then I'll be developing my players, I'll be signing players that will be playing in my ideal system, so to speak. The moment we're getting completely torn apart by this team. I'm just enjoying the getting torn apart, and then maybe get fed up, then use the Diablo anymore. Who's your favorite player in Besiktas? I don't have a favorite player in Turkey. Yeah. Can I use a 4-3-1-2 for counter attack? Wow, that's a good question. The problem with the 4-3-1-2 when you use it in a counter attack, it will mean that you're playing the fullbacks on defense, right? Or the fullbacks on support. So you lose a lot of potency in the system. You need your fullbacks to be attacking. So I wouldn't recommend a 4-3-1-2 as a counter-attacking system, right? It will mean that you need to keep those fullbacks protecting the flanks, and then you're depending on the 3 players. You could, if your side midfielders were very strong. So the only way I will play a 4-3-1-2 as a counter-attacking tactic is if my 3 central midfielders can all tackle and win the ball. Yeah. If they can't, then I wouldn't bother. Yeah. Have you checked the next 5 years registration rules? There are near 5 years registration rules. Okay, let's see rules. Man, if I'm in trouble here, after 5 years I might be fired because I destroyed the club. Okay, where are the registration rules? Okay. The must have 14 foreign players. The one domestic under eligible to play. Is that the rule in real life, or is it in the game? Minimum of 4 players, minimum of 8 players trained in the same nation for 3 years between 15. So I've got to have a minimum of 12. Okay. Players can be registered. So I need 12 players who are homegrown eventually. Is that the rule, right? Okay, I'll have to check that rule out. Is the echo still there? Is the echo on the stream still there? Okay, 2 under 23s. All right. Yeah, my plan is to develop some of these, but these are the players that we have. Not many. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to give some of these youngsters a run. This guy is just like a waste of space. I gotta play him instead. I will try you out for this game. Can't do any worse than what we're doing at the moment. Anil, 25 years old. Can a DLP and an advanced player work together 4-2-3-1? Quite kind of DLP on defend. Then you have to have good defenders. It's challenging to make it work together. It can work, but you need really good players. And the problem with that thing is you need a very good defense, because you see, the other thing you have to ask yourself is, why do you want to use a playmaker on attack from the middle, right? Because you already got play in front of him. So who is he gonna attack the space? The guy in front of him is also going to be blocking his way. So really, at the end of the day, you really want the two midfielders to anchor that central area. So it's going to be challenging. It can work, but it's not easy to make it work. So I would avoid it. I would go like DLP, maybe box to box, DLP, roaming playmaker, box to box, DLP, central midfielder on support, DLP, even a DLP ball winning midfielder on support can still work. Yeah, but DLP and advanced playmaker, it'll be very challenging. Yeah. Yeah. Slowly gonna try and fit these players around a system. Like this guy, I'm gonna use him as a midfielder. He can't do anything much defensively, but he at least got a bravery to go and try and, you know, block players, get involved. His reading of the game isn't very good. I'll just try these players out slowly because we want to see what we have. Because most of these players, like, I mean, they're well below what's needed in this league as well for us to be a cup winner. This playing this system at least gives us a fighting chance against most teams. Just give us a fighting chance. I can't play things like a 4-3-3 because my defenders aren't good enough. So I'm using a 4-4 kind of a 4-3 or a 4-4 kind of setup. So I stack my defense when I have to defend. Oi! Sheesh. It's beginning to annoy me. I know that we can't deal with crosses in this. This team just absolutely shite at crosses. They can't defend to save their lives from crosses. Carrello and box to box are not the same thing. Yeah, they're two different roles. A box to box goes from a box to a box. A Carrello goes to the space before the boxes. He doesn't enter the box. So there's a big difference between a Carrello and a box to box midfielder. Carrello stays wide. Box to box midfielder does not stay wide. Yeah. There's no point me throwing something at the monitor. They're playing okay, but just not finishing. Can't really lose the plot here. So all the transitions are fine. He's just not bearing his chances. Gohu is probably smiling and laughing at this team going, ha ha ha, you can't score. They both support and attack and defend, but they don't go into the boxes. That's all. The Carrello is not a box-to-box player. Carrello supports width, right? He stays wide in the transition, whereas a box-to-box midfielder is going to operate like this. Carrello will come up here to this area where the winger is, and he'll support play here, sometimes leaving gaps. But whereas the box-to-box midfield might end up in the opposition box, the Carrello won't do that. Unless you have a trait on the Carrello that gets into opposition area. Finally they scored a goal. What a nice goal. Whew, this was a sweet goal. The two strikers worked on. A 5-3-2 DLP and 2 Mazalas viable. Of course it is. That's a very nice system. Again, the DLP has to be the king. Anticipation, concentration, decisions must be very important. The 2 Mazalas ideally better have be able to defend as well. So they need bravery, support, work rate, decisions. They need to be able to come back quickly because that space, a lot of that space is going to be opening up. But it will help your attacks though, because the Mazalas will always support the wingbacks as they attack. So if your system can take advantage of that, then good. It's a very good setup. The Mazala, even when I play the 4-3-1-2, I like to have Mazalas as well. Like Mazala supporting the wingbacks, then I put a really solid DLP in the middle. Right. So what I have is like a strike force that has got a shadow striker in there. Mazalas are supporting both the flanks where my wingbacks are running down the pitch. But that makes me very vulnerable down the flanks. So I have to make sure that my Mazalas have incredible work rate. I play really high up the pitch. I put opposition teams under lots of pressure. And I, keep the ball away from them. Yeah. Played well. We had hopefully there's a takeoff that our superstar Haris Haj Radinovic is playing like absolute crap. Another player I want to see go. I don't want a team of stars. I want a team of youngsters. I'm very I know it sounds strange, right? But I'd rather rebuild this whole team than to spend all this money on these players. So far, so good. We're still there. We're still thereabouts. We were not even supposed to be fourth, but we are there. And now we gotta play this game. See you. Here we have the description for the Carrillo, right? Yeah, check this out. This is the description for the Carrillo. Oops. This guy is a shuttler. You must understand the history of the Carrillo. The Carrillo is not a player that enters the box, right? Okay. This is what separates a Carrillo from a box-to-box midfielder, as they're not expected to shuttle between the boxes, so they don't go into the box. The Carrillo is only available on support, and he's got a locked-in stay wider, which is very similar to the Mazala. But it is very different from a box-to-box midfielder. The box-to-box midfielder, on the other hand, he goes from box to box. He has no stay wider instruction. He roams from position, unlike the Carrillo. So there's a big distinction between these roles. So they're not at all similar. They're very different. They cannot be more different from each other. So if you want to use a Carrillo, yeah. So is the false 9 the same as an AP in the center? It's not the same. A false 9 drops deeper than an attacking playmaker. An attacking playmaker does not drop as deep as the false 9. Yeah. An attacking playmaker is a playmaker outright, and an F9 but the F9 is not a playmaker. He's not like everybody's gonna go, oh, we got a playmaking striker, let's pass the ball to him. Doesn't work that way. So, and they both share a lot of creative freedom underneath the hood, right? Yeah. Very creative. Look, you could try a 4-4-1-1 with an F9 and an AF. Very nice combination also. Oh, I'm not interested in all these Argentinian players. Thank you very much. If there's any... Yeah, can. You want to leave? You can leave. Come. You want to leave? Yeah. He stopped short of confirming his name, but did go as far as saying his new GM made it over to leave for nothing when his present deal expires. When is your deal expiring? 2021. I can be a warmonger all I like. Seriously, I leave you inside there and see whether anybody wants to come and have you or not. I'm that kind of a player. If I get into that mood, right, where I'm so pissed off with a player, I won't use him. I just stop using him and I'll let him rot. And then we can't. I didn't even have the choice to. The game auto save without allowing me to send him home. Now my whole club is gonna get into. We're gonna have a viral outbreak in my club. So what do you recommend to have with a Carrello besides it in a 2-man pair? In what? In a 4-2-3-1? I probably wouldn't use I wouldn't use a Carrello in a 4-2-3-1. To begin with, right? I wouldn't. Because using a Carrello demands that you know your roles and duties and your play instructions really well. It demands that you know the game. You can play the game. I mean, I'm not trying to cast. No. Thing is, if you want to use a Carrello, make sure that you have a very strong player beside him. Like if you play you have to play a anchoring role like a DLP on defense in a 4-2-3-1, and then that DLP has to be very, very good. He has to have very good anticipation, concentration, decisions, work rate, stamina. He has to be able to tackle. He has to be able to pass the ball, right? I would probably even consider playing him as a roaming playmaker and a Carrello combination just because of the way the Carrello moves off, right? And then the Carrello has to have very, very good work rate. So he has to be able to bust the gut and come back. He needs very good stamina. So if you're using a Carrello in a 4-2-3-1, those are the things that you have to bear in mind. Yeah. Hey Andy, how are you, man? So I would, if you want to use if you can, by all means, go ahead and use a Carrello. If he has a trait, gets into opposition here, it can be a lot of fun. And don't make your tactic wide. Don't make it very wide. Make it narrow as you can, right? So like one notch from narrow, you keep it that narrow. Then your Carrello will not be too far away from the pack. Then you could make it work. Yeah. So we got this guy. Do we still want to use him? Trying different players now. Anil. I'm trying all my Turkish players. All my young Turkish players. I want to keep this. I just don't want to use so many foreigners in this team. It's very annoying. Are you a Turkish player or a foreigner? You're a Kosovan. Thank you very much. You should just have smoke a Kit Kat and sit on the bench. We're going for a total youngster party now. Let's start with the defenders. We have to do well. We have to go through to the next round. Okay, so this Ahmed, you're Turkish. I give you a chance to play. Don't screw things up like you did the last time. Breka, you're not Turkish. You're Czech. Janvier, you're okay. Tarkan Serbest, you're one of my favorite players in this club. Okay, you're the man who can do everything. Yeah, you play here. I tag you've been playing a lot of games, but this is part of the challenge. I need to win this challenge, right? Okay, strikers. What do we have? Do you have a young Turkish striker who needs some motivation? Azad Toptik, you come and play here. Am I retraining you, Azad? Inverted winger attack. Okay, all right. You play here. Ali, you're playing on the right, so we got another Turkish player. You're Bosnian. Sorry, Bosnian players not allowed today. Only going for Turkish players. Yasin, no. I mean, I know I don't want to go so deep into the barrel. Come on, man. Nobody else in this team. Ay. What have I got myself into? Why did I come here? This is a challenge. I only have these two strikers, and I just kicked one other striker out of the club. I've been kicking players out of this club, man. I don't like you. Get out. Boom. I'm a tyrant in this club. Okay, so Ali, your off the ball is not good enough, Ali. Yeah, you have some potential, but not a lot. We trade you as a striker. Thank you very much. Ali, you'll be trying on your own, okay? Azad, top tick. This is as good as a Turkish contingent as we're sending out. First up, I better find out who this club is. 20th in the Super League. Okay, they're the same league as us. Okay, this is really yeah, I might lose this game. I might lose this game. I don't know why, but even if I get an asymmetric tag that works, I want to make it non-asymmetric. Like, yeah, I know the feeling. But have you seen Slipkey's asymmetric tactic? It's very good. He posted it up on Discord. It's a very, very good asymmetric tactic. I usually don't play asymmetric tactics, but he's made me sit up and take notice. Hey Patrick, how are you, man? Does the trait like block, play ball, play into feet, block? But no, it doesn't. Again, play into feet is like what the game does on default, right? When we play the game without pass into space. So it already does that on default. So all your players are receiving balls to feet anyway, right? Unless they are a playmaker. It's a playmaker. You see all the passes right now. Everything's to feet. See that? See that? So by default, all passes are played to feet because that is a instruction that is in the game already. In the old days, we had a choice as a team, right? We could say pass to feet, pass into space, or mixed. So by default, right, some of these players will have it mixed in their player instructions. Right? How do we know? We don't, because it's hard-coded. We can't see it. It's not visible here. Right? But I think I showed you guys what the old tactical creator looked like. So yeah. So some players might pass it to feet, some players might pass it to space. So this is where I think it's been baked into this instruction. Yeah. So we never used to have take more risk and take fewer risks in the old days. We never had this. We had like pass to feet, pass into space, or mixed. So this is that. So we choose, right? Take more risks or take fewer risks. And then if we don't check anything, it's mixed. Does that make any sense? Yeah. So I hope that makes sense. So if you have a player that's got like so most players by default are gonna try and pass to feet. In fact, a modern game of football right now, there's more and more teams are playing balls into feet instead of into space. Come on, Ahmad. Thank you very much. Mehmet, wow, simple pass. Hey guys, seriously, we carved them up nicely and then we can't put anything into the back. Hello, Bora Split from Croatia. How are you doing, man? The guy did a split. The challenge you see. Did you guys see the split? I saw the split. Come on, come on. Oh, man. You're playing a 4-3-3 with Segundo Volante attack and Register in DM. And Register in the DM slot. How do you play? So yours is a asymmetric tactic then, I assume. And placing a B was on that CM slot. Segundo Volante is a box-to-box midfielder. Register and you're playing a BM. Well, that can work, yeah. Definitely can work. Because your Segundo Volante is going to be like an aggressive box-to-box player, right? So he's going to bomb up and down. Your ball-winning midfielder is going to try and protect the place. Your Register is going to be a playmaker, but he's not going to be running everywhere, right? So yeah, nice, not bad. And the Register is not a very demanding role in terms of physical attributes, so you should be fine. Hi, does the trait like... Oh, sorry. Does the Yusuf is the same with aggressive role. I'm not using any aggressive roles. I'm sticking to this tactic. Yeah. I'm just gonna eventually just... I got 7 years to win. 7 years to win something. So I'm taking my own sweet ass time. Understand the Turkish league. You know, play well. Hopefully, and then we got knocked out of the cup in our first season. See what happens in the second season. Who knows? I might completely fail at this Journeyman challenge. It will be nice. So far, we've made a lot of enemies at this club. Okay, I've kicked a few players out of the club already. We're about to lose another player who's willing to see out his contract, and I frankly don't really care. So I was thinking of giving my youth players a chance to try, see how they play. But see, this guy as well, he's got issues. This guy's got loads of problems playing this position. So he might be going as well. I like to see who I keep subbing off, and the first player I keep subbing off is Haris. The 316 or 226 shape. My views on replicating that system. To be honest, I don't know what it looks like on paper and pen, so pretty hard for me to give you my thoughts on this. Upcan Ins, okay, thanks man. You read the book, it's like quite a thick book, right? So yeah, I still have the training book to finish writing. But the training book is gonna be a lot shorter. Like not so many thousands or hundreds of pages. Okay, it's not a bad system. Yeah, you should try. I think it can work because it makes sense. Because you've got the ball winning midfielder support to help you cover the area, and I actually kind of like the three combinations, right? Because your volante is box to box, right? Then you've got Regista who doesn't run all over the place, and you got a ball winning midfielder who's going to try and protect a bigger area around him. So yeah, it seems like it can work. Yeah, it's a bit late. But Ali, thank you very much. You finally scored. I'm happy for you, man. Ali scored. Okay, that's good. A bit disappointed, but never mind. Janvier again proving that he's going to be central to my plans next season. Yeah, he's going to be central to our plans next season. Okay. Alright. Okay, so we got knocked out of this in the 6th round, but we're on a bad run right now. All started with this Basakshi here, and then we lost to Besiktas, then we lost to this, drew to this team, then drew. It also coincides with me having a bad relationship with my players. Because now my players, I got problems with some of them, right? See, some players are really unhappy. Who's unhappy? I mean, one of the players who's so unhappy we can't even see him. Gohok, where is he? Yeah. This guy is... Where's Gohok? Yeah, man, seriously, I don't even see Gohok anymore. This guy. I think I better move him back because he's been deep frozen in some part of the team. I don't even know where he is. So we gotta, how can I move him back? Move him to the senior squad. He's apparently in the Kasim Pasa second 11, right? But it doesn't exist. So it's unbelievable. I have never, I mean, like, wow. So basically, Profeto lives Kasem Basa. Really? How the hell does that even work? Oh yeah, that's because we're on the table. You like him as a shadow striker. Basically, I like him as a shadow, but move into the box or space where you can create the chance basically of the bomb. So should I remove this as a personal trait or print? Does the trait balls play to feet? No, it doesn't. No, seriously, it doesn't. Yeah. Because you see, balls played to feet. Okay, let me explain something. The trait isn't a bad trait, right? But if you're playing against like let's say you play against a system that's camping, for example, in a very defensive system, then your pass into space is also not going to work for you, right? So having balls to feet isn't going to be that bad. So it can work for both situations. And don't forget, it's a trait is a tendency, is not the rule. It doesn't mean that he's always going to receive the ball to his feet, right? So okay, becoming a bit lazy right now, so we're gonna have to try this guy out. We got Vaga, Itek, Hadi. These guys are so far so good. Gohuk, where are you? Wow, Gohuk is really not in this. One of my players, right? He's never coming back, so he's apparently not even showing up for the squad list as well. Ido Sela, is that you? Is that you? Slip K? It's going well, man. That was your tactic. Did you see the Discord stream? I was looking at a tactic, man, on the Discord stream, the one that we just did, where I spoke about combinations. Yeah. I mean, it was a longish stream, like 1.5 hours, where we were looking at several people's tactics and identifying what the combinations look like and what can work, what can't work. And I was particularly impressed with if you are Slipkey, then I'm particularly impressed with your your asymmetric system, because it made a lot of sense. It was good. Yeah. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have to choose to accept crosses into the box. Our last couple of games have been very bad, right? So we're gonna have to kick our team into gear, which means that we have to start giving them harsher team talks as well. The first thing I gotta do is stop losing. Get out of the bed, right? Oh no, we got another yellow. Florent, potential lower leg injury. That's it. You're coming off. Ahmed, you play. Quintam Linkapo. Thanks, man. Wanted to ask, how do you know a player's reached his cap on individual trading? Cap. As in current ability, right? So you're talking about whether his current ability has reached his potential ability. Okay, there's one thing in the game, you can see the stars, CA, PA. It'll tell you that a player is playing to his potential. That means his CA equals his PA. Now, however, the PA that we see isn't the cap. Right? That value there is, we don't visually see the cap because that is under the hood. Right? So you generally would think that most players will hit their attributes, right, at about say 28 to 29, around there. That's when we think that they have reached the peak of their attributes. As in, anything more than that, they're probably not going to gain. So I try to avoid giving players too I try not, once they're 28, 29, right, I don't give them like a lot of physical train, like attributes for training. Yeah, kind of thing. So they can at least work on the rest. Yeah, at least we're not losing so much. Okay, so let's fire them up. Let's see the players. 6.5, 6.4. Amin Uzik. He's not playing well. Oh. Got Anil Kok. Come here. Rakan Sebest. Yeah. I take that. That's all the changes I can make. Okay. 3 changes before the end of the first half. For daring. We're gonna have lose a few players after this. Bet you. How does player movement complement the surround rules of found more asymmetrics that fit my Cosmo? Yeah, because that's one way of doing things, right? If you play with asymmetric tactics, sometimes it's easier because you kind of like you put a player where you want him to defend, kind of thing, right? So you put him there, you know he's going to defend the area, and then if you put him further up, you know he's going to be for high up the pitch. So asymmetric tactics kind of make it easy for a lot of people that way. The only thing about asymmetric tactics is the same concept as playing with a 4-4-2 or any other formation. You want to be thinking about where your player ends up when he has the ball and where he's going to be when he defends the ball. That's all you got to worry about. Then you look at the role, because the only two roles you worry about are Mazzala, Carrerello. That's the only two. Because the Mazzala and the Carrerello, they stay wide, right? Okay, so they might go wide. So if you don't play with the stay wide, sit narrow, please. No. I didn't ask you to play music, okay? Please, thank you very much. So if you don't play with those two peculiar PIs which ask players to shift a bit further, open the middle up, you're fine. So then you think about your volantes who are box to box deeper players. Then you think about your hooks, like the whole position traits. The DLP, for example, fantastic whole position trait. You know he's not going to run very far unless gets into opposition area. So I saw your tactic. It made like a lot of sense when I saw it the first time, and I tried it out. It was a very good tactic. I was so impressed with your striker, your asymmetric tactic. I was telling everybody in the stream, if you're gonna play against somebody else in a real-time match, use this. It's just gonna make other people confused. They see the tactic, they won't know what to expect. So yeah, it's a good tactic. Very nice. Zone 14 is a place you're trying to control, right? So what you're doing is, Zone 14 is that space where a lot of assists can be generated. So remember the word assist, right? Or maybe a key pass, right? So what happens is that when you see the book, when you read the book, you notice that I don't talk about controlling Zone 14 itself. It's an area adjacent to Zone 14, like half of Zone 14. So you want to create overloads there. So you're inside the zone itself where you're going to be controlling your assist, creating your assist, so that the space is freed up on the other side. So like this tactic, for example, uses wingbacks. So I go up the pitch and either side I enter the zone, right? So if you look at how we build up our play, let's go to full match, right? So if we build up our play, you notice I'm controlling this zone. This is the zone I'm controlling. Right, so zone 14 is actually here. Right, this is zone 14, right? So this, and sorry, that's not so big, right? But this is zone 14 essentially, right? So you want to be controlling this area to generate your assist here, and or to get players to come this way. So I'm locking this zone down with overloads so that I create more space around this area or in the middle, right? So that's how I want to do. So I get my best chances around here. And sometimes you do a diagonal all the way here, you do a cross to this side, and this guy comes in. How many times you see players come unmarked from this area if you control this side of the pitch, right? So you see the guy will be like, he does a throw in right now. That's a bit different. So okay, so they try to control this area of the pitch, but they fail. Hey, what am I doing? Back in full match. So I don't want to see in full match, right? So that's basically what we try to do. We try to control this area, around this area or this area, which is what Pep Guardiola does. Guardiola tries to control this area or this area. That's why he's got this unique W shape when, you know, his formation is in a holding pattern of sorts, right, where they're controlling possession. You will see they're controlling all the half spaces. Like they'll have one player, one winger here, they'll have one player here, they'll have one player here. So they control this entire area. So this entire area from here to here is the zone they want to control. They force the defenders over to this side so that this area opens up. And to open, then you can play like a pass into this area. So you're entering zone 14. This whole area is zone 14. Right? So you're creating the key pass and the assist for you to unlock this area. So this is the vault you want to unlock, because you want to create most of your chances from this area, right? So you want, like, the better your chance is from this central area, the higher your possibility of scoring goal. That's why XGs are very high in this area, right? So you do an overload here, all the players shift to this side, then you try and unlock this area with a pass. I mean, that's the best way I can do it without using illustrators on the stream. If I could, I would, but I can't. Oh my goodness, you're losing CPU restarted. Man, that's a Windows thing right nowadays, right? You have to look at your Windows settings, man. I had the same problem last time. Bloody Windows 10 update screwed a lot of things up, including my audio for the stream as well, and my Stream Deck XL. Okay, basically I have to play iTech in this position, right? So now, this is the situation I find myself in with this club. This guy is now a waste of space. Because he doesn't seem to want to play for me. But this guy, true-blooded Turkish warrior that he is, he wants to. So iTech is going to start a lot of games for us now. So I kind of know my players. So all these jokers can go. I don't care. And just take the first. Anyway, we allow the Bosphorus, right? So they can take a nice boat trip from the Bosphorus and end up wherever they want to go. Come on, Anil. Nice. Uzik. Good. Ahmed. Back to Anil. Ahmed, free for the cross. Oh, yo. Sadiku is going to... Oh, no. Ahmed again. Anil. Sadiku. To Haddadi. Oh, Haddadi couldn't keep the ball in. I'm struggling to break teams down who are defensive. Would you look into increasing my, or is there something else to look into? James, I would look at playing a bit wider. Higher tempo. Slowing down your... Okay. I'll look at playing wider. This is what I like to do, okay? So, yeah, there are 3 ways you score a goal. First way, brute force. Can you brute force? Can you place attack, run a defense, force a yellow card, get in to have a player sent off? That's one strategy, right? So you can be a bit more attacking in terms of how you are attacking the space, like maybe inside forward. Because I've done this before, like, they're so defensive, it doesn't matter if I turn another wing back on an attack duty. So I could have a wing back on attack duty, I can have an IF on attack duty on both flanks, and I'm just driving at them because I want them to, break down, for example. So then that's me playing brute force, right? So I am attacking the spaces with as much firepower as I can possibly muster. So I just bang in the door down. Option B is overloads, where I move them from side to side. Now, for overloads to really work very well, then you got to be you got to use other tools as well. You need to create the overload. Then you got to go wider, direct passing, slow down your tempo so that you can unlock the space. And that depends on whether you have the kind of players in your disposal who can do that, because you need a technically good team to pull that off. Honestly, in most cases, if your players aren't good enough, they can't do it. Finally, the third method is for you to do transitional attacks, where you draw teams out. Maybe you play with a lower line of engagement or narrow defensive, then you hit them on the counter, which is the best, right? Easiest way. But that means you have to deal with crosses. That means your defenders are very good. But that will only, if they don't want to come out, then you have another problem, right? So that's basically the 3 ways. I will name my tactic Balls of Steel because I'm currently at work and my boss is in office next week. She thinks I'm working on a new project. Cool, that's a good one, man. Does take few risks on a fullback only affect passing, crossing? Yeah, it usually only affects passing and crossing. Because that risk thing is what replaced the pass to feet, pass into space, pass to feet, pass into space, and mixed passing. Because previously we could, then we couldn't anymore, right? So yeah. That just affects passing. Doesn't affect anything else. Mentality affects everything else, right? So, like closing down and kind of stuff. But people seem to think taking more risk means I do everything more risky. No. It's not a risk modifier, which is very strange thing to say. Take more risk is not a risk modifier. It just increases your likely to pass into space. Okay, post-match conference about to begin. So send the assistant because nowadays I don't deal with this anymore. What's the specs of my machine? Oh. Wow. That's a good question. Let me see if I can go check. Say it's on settings. How do we find out? Settings, Windows. I forgot how to do it. No, settings, system. Where does it tell me what is my settings? I remember there's. Where do you go and check? We are. I'm a Mac user, so yeah. Oh, there we go. System information. That's the one. Okay. All right. Oops. Okay. This is what I'm using. AMD Ryzen 3700 8-core processor. Right. So this is what I'm using. My motherboard is a Crosshair motherboard, and then I have something like this is my physical memory. 16. I got 64 gigabyte of RAM. That's about it. Yep. Can't remember my chipset. My chipset, I think, is a. Yeah, this is my chipset. Sorry. Yeah. It's graphics, hardware, resource. That's basically it. I can't remember my graphics card. I think my graphics card is a 2080. Yeah. Display. I can't remember how to check what my graphics card is. Can I explain about split block? Split block is okay. Essentially, there's two ways of playing pressing in this game, right? So one you can, which is both are equally correct. I mean, you can use both. One is you use pressing intensity maxed out. Thing is, when you do pressing intensity maxed out, it might also affect other players, and you don't want them to do that. Especially, it affects quite a few things, like even set pieces sometimes. So when I play with a split block, I normally have like specific players pressing very high. Like this guy might be told to close down more. This guy might be told to close down more. Right, especially in tactics like a fort like this, right? In here, I probably have a split block. So this is a split block. So all these players are told to press a lot more, but the rest of the players are told not to, right? So they're all holding their positions, right? So none of them is influenced by the split block. So a split block is it creates like a separate pressing instruction for the rest of the team, so that only their pressing is higher than the other players. This helps me if I want to like send a few players to press, and then the rest of the players hold their positions, so they force pressure. Then I don't get these guys running like madmen, right? So what happens is they clear the ball, my players are loose and free to intercept the ball. Okay, so we did okay in that match. So I'm gonna put this guy here. We got Anil, right? So Anil played here. Well, we're gonna give Azad top tick a chance to play. Okay, we got Ali, we're gonna play him here this game. We got right back Ahmad. Where's he? There we go. Okay. Alright. Let's go with this. Oh yeah, we got Tarakan. Tarakan, where is he? Tarakan Serbes. He's not available. I think it's not going to be available, but there's still 3 days to go, so there's time for them to prepare. When do you assign roam from position on wide attacking players specifically, or that? I just do that because I want a bit more creative freedom, license for movement on those players. You don't have, it's not a when, it's just a particular, it's just your own preference, right? Yeah. Hello, David. How are you, man? Hello from Graal. What's Graal? Any idea for the best roles? There's no best roles. It depends on the players that you have. Then you choose the best roles. that can take advantage of their attributes or mitigate against their attributes. So there's no best roles in the system. For a CMS in a 4-2-3-1, a lot of roles can work. I made it work with a roaming playmaker and a Carrero because I had the players for it. So if you want to know what's the best roles in a 4-2-3-1, it all depends on the players and what you can take advantage of, right? So if I had a player who gets into opposition area and had a phenomenal N'Golo Kante kind of midfielder, I might even play a Carrero, and everybody's going to say that's a stupid thing to do. But I'll play a Carrero and a DLP on defense because a Carrero will not attack the box, but he will not drop into our he will shuttle the left side of the flank, right? So that can also work very well. And then I'll just have like a fullback on support on the left flank to account for the Carreros bombing into the box. Then I can have a complete forward dropping deep and a shadow striker attacking the area as well. Then I can just use flank players to control the flanks and apply pressure on the fullback. So there's lots of ways you can play. It's really up to you and your imagination. You can actually come up with your own best combination based on how you feel. That's the beautiful part about this game. Don't for a second believe anybody who tells you there is a best combination for a 4-2-3-1. There's no such thing. That's why I do all these videos, because I want to show you, I want to share these tools with you guys so that you can go out and do it yourself. What works for you? What kind of football do you want to see? I even created a football system which was based on Wimbledon's crazy gang football at one point. I was so happy I got it to work. All they did was kick the ball forward to two target men. And I remember Calamity came up with a system with 4 target men. He played a 4-2-4 with 4 target men against me. Why do players want to cross until the defender is close? Nope, they're not. That's because you have given them no options. So they do not like to cross until the defender is close, but they can cross early as well. It depends on whether they have options in the box to cross to and whether or not you set up the tactic. Like, I don't have crossing issues, man. My tactic, I mean, we have a problem winning our last game, but if you look at some of the results so far with this team, with my Sporting Lisbon save, it's like 30% cross completion, which is not bad for my fullbacks. And most of the key passes are coming from our fullbacks and our wingers. So yeah. When is it best to train the different shooting techniques? Place, blast, and lob. I never bother. I never bother with that. I don't even believe that you need to do that in the game. Because if you train player traits in the game, you eat up PA, man. For what? Why do you want to do that? You don't need to. Anybody who says you have to go and train this guy to learn this trait to make him become a better striker, that's just hogwash, man. You want them to eat up. If you want them to eat up their potential, go right ahead. Enjoy yourself. I don't do that. I've never trained a striker. Yes, I've never done PPMs on a striker. I don't bother. Just a waste of time. You don't need to. You can have a 40-50 goal striker without PPMs. Oh, NVIDIA panel. Yeah, I will. Okay. Oh, stop. Wow, you guys. Yeah, I can go NVIDIA panel. Wait, hold on. So where is my NVIDIA panel? There we go. Okay, is this it? I really don't know what I'm looking for, man. You guys know better than me. I'm just oh, there we go. System information. Is this it? System information. GTX RTX 2080. Yep, that's what I'm using. What does a cover stopper combination do to your center backs? Well, it helps them cover stopper, essentially. One is going to be aggressive in stopping threats. He'll intercept a lot of threats. And the other guy is just going to stay a bit loose and cover the space behind him. If he needs to. Yeah. It's the old school, what we used to learn when we used to do defending, right? When he goes there, you have to make sure, I want you to close down the threat. And the other defender, cover make sure that the space, make sure that you can help him if he needs to be helped, that kind of thing. Yeah. See, have you seen a cross being blocked? It's just a whether a cross connect right now. All of the crosses are going in. So sometimes I don't get crosses, I do passes. So the other thing you want to do in this game is look at trying low crosses as well. Like if you do mixed crosses, sometimes you get crosses over the top, right? But if you play with a wingback and you go camping, sometimes the best kind of crossing is low crosses. Then you get cutbacks. You don't get crosses, you get like passes in the top tip of the box. Like, you know how some teams score in real life. Speaking of which, United are playing really well. See? That's how you do crossing. Play is totally free. Drops in the cross into the box. Now he's got no support. Is he gonna? He doesn't have any support, right? So he tries to go for the corner. Nice. You have the same CPU? I like this CPU. I just keep it. I think AMD Ryzen is just good enough, man, right now. I know they've got this new chipsets and new graphics cards. Man, it's a bit too rich for my blood at the moment. I'm gonna see how long I can push this machine for. Probably what? Another 5 years before I think of upgrading it. You play with no defenders. Once I did that on the stream just for the fun of it. Almost got myself. I don't want to do it again. It was too hilarious. All my DMs went chasing after the same ball. I was laughing and laughing. And then the best part, I tried to play the offside trap. Yeah, without any defenders. You should have seen the confusion the tactic created, man. Okay, this is looking not too bad, right? Okay, they're looking good. Now, this is the way you play. Oh, man! What a chance. He couldn't get it in. Okay, boys. Oops, he lost the first player. He loses the second, but he's got crossing options. You were trying to get sacked from Bayern Munich. You lost to PSG 14-6. No, the more important question, Andy. The more important question, did you get sacked? Did you end up getting sacked? That's all. Yeah, right click on desktop, show desktop. The thing, right? The NVIDIA panel. I forgot all about that. Yeah. I spent like 10 years on a Mac, man. I used to use Windows machines until about 2008. Then I switched over to a Mac. From 2008 until about 2016, I was on a Mac all the way. And I completely forgot how to use a Windows machine. I'm just a software side guy. That's it. When it comes to hardware and stuff, I used to let other people worry about it. I only know software, but I jack shit about hardware. I'm one of those kind of guys that needs to call in help if I want to change the graphics card or the RAM chip. I'm petrified of just opening the back casing. I've got a lot of respect for everybody who does their own rigs. Right, they can do their own rigs, they change their own motherboard. I got so much respect for them. I just don't have the nerves. I don't have the nerves to do it. I'm looking at them, going like all the nice flashing lights, and going, oh my goodness, it'll break my heart if I usually call somebody else to help me out. I'm a streamer that doesn't know how to disassemble his own computer. Okay, come on, boys. All right, we went through a bad run, but I'm seeing something good. Okay, what I'm going to do now, second half, I'm going to start running at this defense already. We're going to take some chances against them. Yeah. Before they start scoring goals against us. Oh, sheesh. My bad. See, I had to go and check the monitor, right? I forgot to turn the screen back on. I just saw that. I was just reading the chat slowly. We don't see the game now. Now you did see the game halftime. That was not you guys didn't miss much, man. Trust me. Just a lot of crossing kind of thing. Right. So I had to change from that to right defense because we just can't unlock this side. Playing quite well, but not scoring goals. Another cross. And no, this one will not be a cross, right? You'll do a cutback. There. Boom. Kizna, really enjoying the videos lately. I'm a CM FM vet. Welcome to our community, man. With these are all CM vets here. You will find the average age group is about 30 and higher. For most of the, we have a few youngsters here, like Emidovic. We've got quite a few. Like Alfo is a youngster. He's still, one. I think he's yeah. He might be a politician someday as well. So yeah. So we got coaches. Yeah. So very young. I'm like probably. Yeah, we've got quite a big group. And I'm one of the longest running FM streamers on Twitch. You are? Who do you stream as? Kizna. True. It is so true. You can get caught in doing the same thing over and over and over again. I just like to do something different all the time in FM. Otherwise, I get like completely, Okay, we gave this Ali a chance, right? We did, right? He's a youngster. This team, we want to give our youngsters a chance to play, right? So if otherwise, they will never develop. I mean, it's like we are beggars. We can't be choosers with the players that we have. After all, everyone expects us to get relegated, but we're defying all expectations, and we are somewhere near the top half of the table. So what we're going to do is going to bring this useless piece of back onto the pitch. Who else do we want to look at? 6.4 is the number you want to look for. 6.3, 6.4, right? So there isn't one. I'm not making a change. The next highlight will be important, right? Is it comprehensive or shish kebabs extended? So whenever you make one quick tip, I want to give all of you, right? Whenever you play this game, assume you make a change, right? There's a very easy way to tell whether your change is the correct change or not. If the next highlight is yours, you're probably on the right track. If the next highlight is the AI's, you better start looking at all the transitions very carefully because something's not right. Come on, boys. So far, we have not been playing very well. But we want to make sure we don't start our losing streak. Yes, we have to come off this little bad run that we have. Okay, 6.5 for Koita. But I got no other strikers. We just sent our basically just got rid of our other striker, didn't we? I'm at war with my own players. I've given some guys ultimatums. I kicked them out of the club. I've gone to Turkey and I've started a war in this Turkish club. It's my way or the highway. That's my philosophy. You don't like it? Take a walk. There's the Bosphorus River just there. Come on, boys. Let's do this. Come on, Ahmed. Sadiku. You sound like a fruit. Okay, go! Okay. Ping pong your way to life. Alright. He did get sacked in the end. They just did not play the way I wanted. I got fed up, so got the sack, but we consider more goals in a few months than Bai had it in many years. I mean, if that was what you wanted to achieve, go, proud of you, man. You got that, you got what you wanted to do, right? So that's important. Throw water bottle. I'm getting too predictable with my team talks. Storm out. Send assistant. Okay. So far we okay. Super League 4th. Let's make sure that we keep doing well, alright? Can you play tiki-taka in lower league? I wouldn't advise it though. Vertical tiki-taka, yes, but not tiki-taka. There's a difference between the two, right? Vertical tiki-taka, the tempo is different. But tiki-taka itself, I wouldn't advise it. Because you probably need players to unlock the spaces, and you probably don't have those kind of players in lower league. Can a CMD and an RPM with a Shadow Striker work in midfield? Yeah. Everything can work in this. Most things can work in the game. You just need to have the right players. Remember my first video where I talk about the right attributes? Go find them first. Make sure that your players have those attributes, right? Okay. Whichever player doesn't have it, that zone needs help defending. So you wanna pay a bit more attention to that zone. So you wanna make sure that the players there either have like roles that don't go roaming, stuff like that. Okay, so far. Okay. What is this guy? iTech. Okay, we got Ali, got Hojic. Okay, now putting this guy back. This guy, Gerard, made 2 appearances this season. I'm not gonna give in to him, right? So you can just wait. Top tick. Oh, he's playing well now. Okay, Varga, Janvier, Breca, Turpan. This is one of my favorite players in the club. Okay. Yeah, I put him Varga here. Turpan, you come here. Alright, let's go. Okay, I'm not pronouncing this name of the next competition, next team that we are facing. I mean, I totally have no idea what's going on. In fact, when somebody came on the stream and said, "Do you know about the registration rules the next 2 seasons?" I went like, "Say what?" I don't know. He went and said something to me. I mean, I still remember. I think it was one of you still on the stream, warning me about the fact I need to keep my youngsters, and I'm like, okay. So yeah, if it hadn't, I don't even get youngsters, quality youngsters coming through the tiers. Let's go this way. All right, let's go. Yeah, the same at Den Haag. Had sell so many. Signed Keita, LB for free and lasted 29 days. You got some money at least. What's the difference between wing on support and wing on attack? Okay, during the transition, the wing on attack sometimes acts like a striker or attacks the box. Wing on support is just gonna, he's not gonna be as. He won't attack the box, right? He'll support play. He'll help you build up attack patterns. But you can expect the wing on attack to behave like a second striker or a third striker. Let's go, boys. Skip. And the weather is so bad, we have to go to 2D. Okay. Let's see how the boys are playing. High tech, short corner, Turpan, Snowy. Ooh, hits the post. Turpan, Janvier, my wife. That's my wife's name, Janvier. Janvier? Genevieve. That's my wife's name. I found out, I keep telling my wife, there's a name here. If I keep shouting it long enough, you will wake up. Because you think I'm looking for you. Alright, we've got something to do. Now, if I can only remember what I was planning to tell my team to do. What was I planning to tell my team to do? Sheesh kebabs. I knew there was a reason why I came to this page. Because I saw something and I wanted to make a change. Damn it, now I don't know what I want to do. Okay, never mind. We'll do this instead. Okay. Alright. Ricardo blocked. Murad. It's a very funny day with bright sunshine everywhere. You quit playing Turkish League after your 4th season? Oh my goodness. I think there's another thing about Turkish League, right? You have to make money. Oh my goodness. You have to be financially very profitable, I guess, because you also have a wage budget here. Okay. Do I encourage them or do I berate them? Okay, fire them up. Not too bad. Some sitters have been missed. Back to I-Tech to Sadiku. Koita, Vaga shoots. Two players under 22. I'm fine with playing two players under 22. I just have to make sure that I sign those players, right? So I'm gonna have to find those players later. I have to keep making sure that those under 22 players come through the tiers. Then I build a very strong core, right? You have your very strong core, and I'm pretty sure that your under 22s do you have to play them or do you have to be on the bench? That's the important thing as well. So I can bring them off the bench. It can be part of my rotation and my growth strategy. The key now for me is to find out who are my core players. It's taken me quite a while to figure that one out. Because I've had to get rid of two players I thought might be playing for us, but they both became a nuisance, so I had to rebuild again. So we got rid of Kumsen. We are going to get rid of our superstar playmaker as well, who's this guy. Because he has not been playing at all well. So I rather find players who can play well before I decide to give him a chance. I don't even want to bother doing team talks at the moment. You have to play them in the starting 11. Oh man, they all start playing random regens and the quality drops, man. That's terrible. That's not going to be fun. But it'll be interesting to see what happens in Turkey though. I've never had this happen to me before. It'll be a very interesting rule change. I'm kind of glad I came to Turkey. Okay, so now we've got I-Tech, right? He's already tired. Now we know he can't last, so we're going to bring this guy on. We still have Tarkan Serbest at the back, so... Good block. That's a huge advantage aware because they don't change them. Oh. It's a weird rule. Yeah, it's a very strange rule. They've got a wage cap and got this rule right now. I guess it must be a local rule for them to... They want to make like... they want to develop youth football, or they want to make sure that the youngsters get experience and lift the standard of Turkish football, I guess. It's noble. It is noble. I think it's not a bad rule change. I might be annoying, but if I was a young player, yeah. A Turkish fan could not explain this to the FM people and they added to the game. This just will never happen. Oh, they explained it, they added it to the game? Okay, this is interesting. I think it's the Turkish then you have to talk to the Turkish. You have to talk to the Turkish researchers, man. I know there's some. I thought Perpetua is a Turkish researcher, right? So shouldn't he know? Yeah. Haddadi with the ball. Come on, Haddadi. Nice. Oh, Sadiku. Okay, we're playing quite well. I'm not unhappy. Read the game. Thank you very much. Don't read the game. Shit. Read the game and then we conceded the goal. Track back did well and then after that this guy just beat him. What a response by Turpan, man. I have a question. If the opposition keeps finding balls behind the defense, how do you know if you have to lower the defense or should you go narrow? What, they're putting balls over the top. Drop the offside trap. Are you playing with the offside trap? If you are, just drop the offside trap first. That's your first solution. My video is coming out tomorrow on the offside trap, but I would drop the offside trap. Since the Federation made the announcement, they told that we're gonna keep the rule. It won't be happening and everyone will. Oh, that's different. But if the Federation made the announcement, they'll put it in the game. That's SI. They will not do something if they think if somebody has made the announcement that it's going to be in a couple of years' time. SI will follow that. Yeah, they'll follow only official announcements. Yeah. So that's the thing about the game for SI. Did okay, but we just need to get these boys together. Now we've lined up our 11 already, so that's it. From this point onwards, these are the starting 11 for all our games. Hari, whatever his name is, yeah. But he came on, right? 2 key passes. He contributed to the win. But apparently he likes to come on as a substitute. He doesn't like to work hard for 90 minutes. He only wants to work hard for 45 minutes. Bloody useless geezer. They're still 4th, but not happy. You haven't found a lot of defenders with greater interceptions versus headers? One, they seem rare. No. Let's look scouting, right? Okay, this is mine. Alright, player search. Okay, let's look at all. Okay, let's assume that I can't even do that. Okay. We drop this, drop this, drop this. Drop this. Drop this. Look at defenders. Okay, left and right. Mine is hidden, so I don't have all the attributes showing. That's my problem right now. But you should be able to see. Like, I don't have the... I haven't scouted them, right? So I'm playing with attributes. Master attributes, so I won't be able to see it. But you should be able to see your... There are quite a number. Let's see these guys. See if I got any information here yet. No, I don't have. Not even full. Yeah, I don't even have all the information. They're still scouting them. Stats. No, I find that you can find players who have high interceptions and headers. Definitely. There are going to be some. Okay. Alright. So this is going to be our transfer strategy. Let's attend. I only want youngsters. Okay. Advance forward. This is fine. Yeah, let's get started. Let's see the reports. I only want Turkish players. I'm not interested in non-Turkish players. Nope. This is an analyst. Based in nation. I wish that we could just tell them we want a nationality, because this doesn't include that, and this is based on competition and continent, and I don't want that either. I want now. Analysts will look for shot on target percentage. Young players. I want the player style to be physical. So I get like physical attributes. Right. Duration is 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Okay. Can't change the priority. Okay. Done. Advanced playmaker of the first team. Okay, that's fine. See the reports. Discard. 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 Position role. Don't report. Add to shortlist. Scout player. Discard. Done. Discard. 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 Done. Let's go. Any Turkish player who's got potential, I want to know about it. Percy Prado. Oh, this is one of the players I was scouting. I wanted to scout him. Available on a free transfer, but right back. No, we scouted him. I'm gonna avoid the urge of signing him. I'm gonna go with all Turkish players first. As far as I can, I just want to use Turkish players. Develop them in-house. Try to see how far we can go. Yusuf Edrogan. No, you stay at the club. You're gonna get a chance to play. How about BBM, DLPS, AMA on 4231? You got wingbacks on support. Why did you play a fullbacks? You try fullbacks on attack or fullbacks on... What are your three wingers? What are your two wingers doing on the left and the right? That's important. That is important. Okay, if your wingers are both on support, then you do wingbacks is okay, but I'm worried that your wingbacks are gonna be too far forward. Yeah, you can try wingbacks, but you have to be careful. Then you need a CF on support, pressing forward on support, dropping deep for your AMA to take advantage of the space. Yeah. If the that's the other questions. Do players with low balance attribute perform badly? Yeah, they do. Yeah. They can't move left. Hey, stop it. Oh man, this keeps happening to me, man. We might definitely gonna have an outbreak. There's a second flu outbreak, a viral outbreak, right? I've been going so fast. We have been skipping through this, and I'm gonna get a viral outbreak. So I gotta do this like 5 seconds now. It's happening too fast. Will a bring your tactic happen soon? Yeah, probably. We did that last. We did a combination of that on the last stream for Discord. We'll do it next week. Right, we'll do it on Monday, where I'll be taking a look at your tactics. Gohu reminder, promote to main squad. I already promoted him, thank you. Anap Daskupta, which save are you enjoying? This one, where I'm losing? Oh, you're an evil person, man. Very evil. Okay. Alright, 90 midfielder. Okay, this. You know how to look at this very quickly to determine who you're gonna sign. Okay, two things you look for only: consistency, injuries. Okay, you see inconsistency, drop him. You see injuries, drop him. Other than that, be. Okay, consistency, injuries, and competitive streak. Competitive streak you want to be careful of. Doesn't mean you don't sign him. By something that you kind of want to avoid. If you want him to play in a support duty, you want him to anchor some area of the pitch, that becomes a problem. But the one that you kick the player out for, consistency. No consistency, tell him to take a hike. Oh, Slip Key. I did your tactic on I covered your tactic on the combinations live stream. The last one I did for Discord. I just did it. Yeah, yesterday. If you saw the combinations, your tactic was one featured. Your Volante system. I thought it was the other. I thought you were someone else just now on YouTube. I was talking to him as if it was you, saying your tactic is very good. Your tactic, Slipkey, is damn nice. I saw it. I told everybody how good this tactic is. Your tactic is nice. You got inverted winger and advanced forward. What about the other side? You got inverted winger on one side, right? So you're gonna have to have another attacking role on the other side. You got AMA on the center. You got DLP support. The DLP support at the box to box is fine. AMA is okay so long as your two roles on the left and the right, they either one of them is at least a support, right? So that's what you really want. And then your striker is probably going to be support duty as well, dropping deep. Okay, so now we got another issue. This guy's got a virus, so he cannot be playing. Let's go here. We're gonna pick Quarantine Fury. Okay. Squad. Alright. Tactics. Alright. Now, Mehmet, you're injured, so you come in. You come. No, okay, that's it. Same team. No changes. Done. Let's go. So if you have you need support, you see, I don't know if you guys can hear the thunderstorm that's going on all around me. I've got a thunderstorm happening near my house. There's a strong possibility I will have to move into a barge sometime next week if the rain doesn't stop. Because it's been raining non-stop for the last 2 days, and there's states around me that have gone. The people have been displaced from their homes through flooding. So we live near a river. We are elevated, so we shouldn't have too many issues with that. But you never know, man. These kind of things. This is too dark. Bloody weather in Turkey is not looking good for us. Come on, let's go. I believe that we should do well now. We've sorted our lineup, right? We added a new player called Quarantine Fiore. We signed him on a free. We didn't pay anything for him. Alright. Oh, I can't remember. Did we sign him on a free or we paid money for him? I can't remember. One of the two, I guess. This Belgian player. We look at based on the Moneyball thing, right? We were doing earlier to identify players. Kara scores. Thank you very much. We need to win. This is the reason why Kara is playing. Okay? Kara is playing that position. Look at that. Boom. He's got incredible skill to crack those shots from outside the box or near the top of the edge of the box. Okay. So one other thing, right? So we don't have to make any changes. We did a shout just now. First highlight, I think, was us scoring a goal. Not too bad. Okay, go, hustle. Okay, I've got to do a change. Okay, done. Opposition instructions. Time on this guy. Alright, let's go, boys. Do I need to? Nope. Cancel. Okay. It was 15th. Now it's gone up to top 10. Our media prediction went up already. It used to be 50. It used to be 15th. Yeah. Bottom half of the table, avoid relegation kind of shit. That's the club vision. Come off. Where is the best? You're playing. Getting your ass in there. I don't know what this weather is. You gotta ask the Turkish people what this weather is, because it seems to be raining and it looks like snow at the same time. Like, it says light snow, -4 degrees. Light snow, man. Could you check out Javi Puado? I can't check out anybody because I can't see roles and I can't see attributes. So that's the reason why I asked you guys whether you want me to play on to see whether I should have the attributes masked or not. Remember? And then quite a number of you went mask the attributes. Some of you said don't mask the attributes. That's the thing. If the attributes are masked, we will not be able to tell what the attributes are of the players. Oh man, almost. One over, you just almost could have chipped the ball over the top. How does 4-2-3-1 arrow sound with 3 number 10s? Oh my god. 4-2-3-1 arrow is very challenging. You're gonna have to have very, very good fullbacks. Yeah. It's very difficult to work the 4-2-3-1 correctly because you have to get the wing backs out of the pitch. That's the problem. And because it's narrow, right? And then your fullbacks on support with get further forward is one option. Then you just hold them, and you can't get them too far up the pitch because then what will happen is you will concede goals on the flank. So it's very challenging. I wouldn't advise playing a 4-2-3-1 deep narrow right now with in FM21. You're currently doing a narrow 4. Oh, you're doing a narrow. You another one. It's very, very challenging. It's not easy to get a 4-2-3-1 narrow to work. It is very challenging to make it work. Ankara is that cold? Maybe, man. It might be that cold. But I've been to Turkey in winter. It is quite cool. Yeah. Cuma I take Turpan. I've been watching this show on Prime, Amazon Prime, called El Cid. Not bad. Turpan, come on. You're playing well. Ahmed, you got the ball. Well, we see a lot of potential, but no fulfillment. Kevin Varga, okay, coming off. 10 minutes to go. Anil. I'm not putting on the Hajri Doninovic on the pitch, man. We're gonna do it without him. Oh, close but no cigars. Hey, how are you in Turkey, man? If you need a Turkish wonder kid, check out Ali Akman. If he's still at Bursaspor, you will sign him. You can sign him for free. Okay. We've done our set pieces. You know, the guy is gifted. You know, all he had to do was bury that chance, but he didn't. Can't do anything more than that. Eventually, we'll have to get I'm gonna assemble a whole bunch of Turkish kids, man. Here. It's not too bad. 1-1 again. We got out of our bad rut, so we stabilized our bad rut, especially winter. Come on, boys. Come on, Emmet. Passing practice to the keeper. It's all catching practice for the keeper. Anil, Itek, Fiore, the new fullback. Oh, it's not. It's gonna be 1-1. Hey, hello, King Cole. How are you, man? Thank you from Ghana. How are you doing? Send the assistant. Don't talk to the press. Yeah. Janvier. 5 unbeaten. Okay. Alright. We're doing okay. We managed to forestall that, right? We had this bad run. Look at this. In the middle of a bit of a winter difficulty, you know. But almost, our train was almost derailed over here, but we kept the faith, you know, we're holding firm. That's the most important thing. This is the most important thing. You gotta fight for draws now. So everything is still okay. I don't see too much going wrong with this team. You notice I don't even care about morale. Right. So far, okay, these players. My problem is the future. So, wait. Somebody said a player's name. I want to see who is this guy. I can't remember the name. What was the name of that player? Ali Akman. There we go. First touch, contract, transfer, add to shortlist. Indefinitely. Valued at 1.3. He's joining DC United. It didn't take DC United long to say we want this boy. He's going straight away. He's off to America. Me, I'm the kind of person, the first season, I don't sign anybody. I try not to, right? We had no choice but to sign one player. I've got this thing about trying to make things work with the squad that I have. If I can't, then I'll try next season. But if it goes to next season, then chances are I will like get rid of players like this guy. I'm gonna one player. Point finger. That's it. Now I'm gonna really unsettle him. I wanna unsettle him to the point where he puts in a transfer request. I want him to put in the transfer request, not me. Yeah, Ali Akman, I gotta wait, right? But he's already going. See? And I have to do that early in the game, like as in the first thing I do when I go into the game. See? He's already going to DC United 6, and he's going to an American club. That means he's a foreign player. So if I wanted to sign him, I would have had to do it early in the game. The moment I start the game, that would have been it. But I didn't. I waited until much later. Yeah. Okay, let's save the game. Mrs. is about to come home. What would you do with white counter-attacking? What would you do with white counter-attacking tactics personally? As in, if I play against them or create a white counter-attacking tactic? If I'm creating a white counter-attacking tactic, structured shape is the first thing I do. I make sure my tactics are structured, meaning defend, support, and a couple of attack duties in front. That's how I set it up. Yeah. Because white counter-attacking, I want to take advantage of the full width of the pitch. Right. So, but if I'm playing against a white counter-attacking tactic, man, I just pray that I have defenders who can handle the cross. I do interceptions. I do a split block. Yeah. I'll play with it. I definitely will try and play a split block. That's how I would play against a white counter-attacking tactic. Does marking a specific position actually create more pressure? Well, marking a specific position actually allows you to close down passing lanes to that area. So now, but you gotta make sure that that position, right? You don't go and try and do something complementary. I know some people like to do like strikers mark the CD position, because occasionally what will happen is they will shut the central defenders out as a passing option. I've seen people do that. It can work under some circumstances, but I personally prefer just the wingers marking the fullbacks, so that when the keeper plays the ball to the defenders and the defenders want to play the ball out, what you actually end up seeing is that your winger is actually standing in between the ball and the player, so they can't pass the ball to him. So they shut off their passing lane. So that's what it does. It doesn't pressure. It shuts down the passing lanes. So that's more important. So that's one of the reasons why I use it. So I force the team to pass it to another player. So they cannot use the flanks, if that makes more sense. Yeah. So if they want to find somebody on the flanks, they have to use other players to do it. Alright guys, I want to thank everybody for coming on today's show. The missus is coming home, the kids are coming home. It's raining cats and dogs out there. So it's like the end of the world kind of weather. So once again, I want to thank everybody who has been subbing, liking the show, hitting the like button, and following my latest series on creating tactics. Now don't forget, right, on the latest video where I talk about trades, I also asked you guys to, put on your comments. You can even do it here, but ideally, if you can add your comments to that video in as far as the kind of tactic you want to see, because that will be the next tactic. The next show I do is gonna look at a tactic. I have another show coming out tomorrow where I talk about the offside trap. That's slightly different because it's just a show that I want to get you guys thinking about the offside trap, right? As in whether or not you should be using it as a default thing, right? A lot of people seem to want to use the offside trap almost without thinking about it. So I just want to force people into thinking about whether the offside trap is still something that they want to use. So I share some numbers from Opta, and and Joey makes a comeback. So Joey is the one that's going to be talking about it. And I want to thank everyone for coming to today's stream. I look forward to talking to you guys on Discord very soon. Kids are coming home, but seriously, it's raining cats and dogs. It's raining so badly that I could be moving on a barge, right? Literally, I think I have to set up my home on a barge because entire states are flooding around me. First we had COVID, now I've got the flood. Man, hold on, let me call Amazon right now. Amazon, yeah, you know that 2021, yeah, I had a 7-day trial. Was it 15-day trial? Can you take it back? Yeah. Just take away the trial. It sucks. It's terrible. Just, cancel the trial. Thank you very much. 2021, just, 2020 and 2021, just screw it. Yeah. I wish I could do that. Okay, so you guys take care. Have a good one. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.